Hello, Mr. Kawamura. Your watch is here. I always appreciate seeing these when they're owned by veterans, especially guys who use them professionally and bought them when they were in the service. So it's really cool to see this watch. I can see that you wore it for a long time on a woven strap. I can see the wear patterns on the back of the case back. You had said you had this service locally recently to you. I don't see where this watch has been serviced. Not to cast aspersions on anybody else's work, but I don't know what lately means for you, but this watch doesn't look like it's been serviced anytime recently at all. To me, the movement looks generally okay. It's hazy, it's dirty. We see dirt and discoloration here on this winding wheel, top of the ratchet wheel too. And the watch has some things in it which tell me that it definitely needs some servicing. Watch the top of this screw. This top of the screw is sitting on top of the mainspring arbor. That's the shaft, the axle basically that the mainspring barrel turns on. Let's watch that. See that move? See that I'm moving that? That means that the lower port of this, the bottom side of this, the other side of this shaft, the one that's under here, the hole in the main plate that sits in, that wears pretty heavily because it's unprotected, especially if the watch has a lot of miles on it. And so that's going to need repair. So that hasn't been taken care of. I manually wound it through this. This is how you force wind it. And the mainspring feels a little gluey. It's probably pretty dirty. There's no lubrication that I can see inside here. That's the cap jewel on the top of the balance. So again, I don't want to cast stones or cast aspersions, but from what I'm seeing here, it does not look like it's been serviced. This seal is completely flattened. It's supposed to be round, oval topped. It's not. Flat as a board, and this is the original crown, and it does not, see how easily that moves? The seal isn't holding it all anymore. It's not doing anything. So it needs a case rebuild. It needs seals. It needs a rebuild. It needs that lower, it needs the lower port on the mainspring arbor repaired, mechanically speaking. The watch is running really super duper poorly. It's not, just absolutely not happy. I haven't been talking about the numbers, which I would normally do because the numbers are so bad. It's not a happy watch. This is wrong. This is when it can't give me a time gain loss reading, and it's not showing me any beat error because it can't get a reading on it. This number is completely invalid. So ignore that. I would say the watch is barely running, ticking back and forth. It's probably real amplitude is probably closer to about 120. Just guessing. It's not a happy watch at all. It's just not running very well. But we can cure that with a service. We can make it all better. Let's talk cosmetics. Hang on, please. You had specifically said that you wanted to relume this, which certainly we can do, and I do that. It's one of my specialties to relume these watches. And we can see that your loom definitely is damaged, and we can definitely make that happen. So that's totally cool if you want to have that happen. When I relume these, everything gets reloomed. So all the hands, I'll return this pink stoplight hand to looking pink again. The rest of it will be the correct semi-natural off-white that the loom originally was. I'll do my best to match the original grain size in the loom. Seiko used a bunch of different loom sizes, grain sizes, some big like salt, some very fine like a powder, and we'll just match what's in there. But we can make it look great. That's not a problem. The rest of the watch looks fine. You've got decent brushing. Your case hasn't been abused. Your insert looks good, and the watch it's original, but it's going to look a lot better when we're all done. Not a problem. I'll send you a written quote along with this video. And if you want to sign off on that, we can talk about moving up. Okay, thanks.